Good morning, children. Today we are here starting with the last chapter of your syllabus, that is endocrine system. Okay, so before that we had discussed the nervous system. So there are two systems which provides control and coordination in our body, that is nervous system and endocrine system. So nervous system provides the neural coordination and endocrine system provides the chemical coordination. Before discussing the endocrine system, we are to understand that actually nerves cannot innervate to each and every cell of the body, but the cellular regulation is required all the time, so that for that another system is there in our body in which the cellular functions are coordinated by chemicals, and these chemicals are actually called as hormones, and these hormones are secreted by the endocrine glands. That means we are to understand about the glands, that glands are actually the modified cells of the body which secrete some chemicals, and those chemicals can be of any time. So according to their structure and the basis of their secretion, the glands can be categorized as exocrine glands, endocrine glands and heterocrine glands. So exocrine glands are ductful glands. That means their secretions like mucus, like oil, like sweat, like poison or tear. So all of these secretions are carried by the duct, so that they are called as exocrine glands. But the endocrine glands can be defined as that they are ductless gland. Ductless, that means their secretion is hormone, which is a type of chemical and which is a chemical messenger which regulates the cellular function, and these hormones are not carried by any duct because these ducts are ductless gland. So these hormones or these chemicals which are secreted by endocrine glands are carried by hormones, are carried by blood. These are the hormones and they are carried by blood to their target organ. That means wherever they are secreted, by which gland they are secreted, they are in fact not working at that place, but their target organ is something different from their source gland, so that they are carried by the blood to their target organ. This is one thing. Okay, third type of gland is a heterocrine gland like pancreas, which act as both exocrine and endocrine gland. That means the pancreas secretes the pancreatic juice, in which various enzymes are there which are carried by pancreatic duct. So at that time it can be considered as exocrine gland, but when it secretes the hormones like insulin and glucagon, which are carried by the blood, not by the duct, then that part of the pancreas is called as its endocrinal part, and its function, this secreting the hormone, is its endocrinal function. That means it performs both the function exocrinal as well as endocrinal function. But here we are to mainly discuss about the endocrine glands, which are ductless gland. Okay. So these ductless gland are many in our body, and they are located at various parts of our body, and then they secretes the hormone. So there are various example of endocrine glands are there, like hypothalamus, like pituitary gland, then pineal gland, then thyroid gland, then parathyroid gland, then thymus gland, and then the testes and ovary. So these testes, adrenal gland is also there. Testes and ovary are actually the gonads, and they are the reproductive parts of the reproductive organs of the body, but they secrete the male and female hormones also. Hence they act as endocrine gland also. Like the pancreas, similarly these gonads are also act as endocrinal part, and they also act as reproductive organ. In females the ovaries are there, and in males the testes are there, and rest of the glands are present both in males and females. So this is about the introduction of this chapter. We will very particularly be taking each and every gland starting from the hypothalamus, that what is the structure, where are they located, what is the hormone, and what is the function of their hormone. And next is what happens when the abnormal secretion of the hormones takes place in our body. That means the normal secretion of the hormone is very much required for the normal functioning of body. If the hormones are secreted more or less than the normal amount, then some abnormality may occur. In invertebrates, very few hormones are secreted and very less developed endocrine system is there. But in vertebrates, very well developed endocrine system is there, and large amounts of hormones are secreted. Out of them, some are there in your syllabus, which we will be taking up in the next video. Thank you.